all starting to find out that College Football 25's Dynasty mode is anything but easy, and recruiting plays a huge part of it. However, a dirty little secret is not all recruiting hours are the same over all schools in the game. For instance, if you're a 5-star program, you'll have about 1,000 recruiting hours per week compared to the only 350 hours for a 1-star program. But the restrictions don't stop there either. Each week, you can only talk to a recruit just 50 hours if you're a level 1 coach, but this can also be increased at 70 hours. So in this video, guys, I'm going to show you how you can increase the hours you get to talk to one recruit each week, as well as your overall recruiting hours each week for a program. So if you are a school like Sam Houston State that isn't super reputable, it is actually still possible to get 1,000 hours of recruiting. So let me go ahead and show you guys how that's done. Okay, so to be able to talk to a single recruit more often each week, you're going to have to go to the Coach Abilities menu. From there, you can pick your head coach and then go to the recruiter side of the tree. Now, as you can see, we're going to have to level up each game and get XP just by winning or doing certain challenges and getting those coaching points. Those coaching points are going to allow us to get through Tier 1, to Tier 2, and Tier 3. And at Tier 3, you can get the Always Be Recruiting ability. Now, as you can see right here, there's multiple options which vary from quarterback, running back, wide receiver, even kicker. And this actually increases your weekly recruiting hours for that certain position. So say if you want to speak to a quarterback recruit for longer than 50 hours, you can actually do that right here in this corner and then increase that just with 5 coach points. Super simple. And then from there, you're going to have that 70 maximum hours each week to talk to him, whether that's through DMs, speaking to family, like I said, along that sort. Bear in mind, that's not the only coach you're going to be taking advantage of. When it comes to actually offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators, they have the same exact abilities. So you want to be pretty smart about how you hire your offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator going into the offseason. And of course, say if your current offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator are more play focused and aren't really recruiters, you can actually fire them in week 15. And then once the bowl games come around, you can actually hire and replace somebody who's a little bit better at recruiting and get those Always Be Recruiting abilities from them, increasing your hours even more. There is a downside to this. When you are hiring, you can't actually look at the abilities that they have. But if you take a look at the middle of the circle here on the screen, you can tell which coaching tree they're likely to favor. So if it is pointing towards the recruiting direction on the left-hand side, definitely want to hire that guy over somebody who, say, just specializes in play calling. If that didn't sound difficult enough, increasing your overall recruiting hours each week is a whole different ballgame. For instance, like I said, if you're Sam Houston State or Rutgers, you are going to be about a 1-star or a 2-star, and to increase that, you simply just have to win games and increase your expectations as a team. So if I am Sam Houston State, for instance, I actually went from a 1.5-star to a 2-star just by having a 9-win season, and I can keep doing that over and over again and eventually get to 5 stars. Now, this isn't going to take me 1 or 2 seasons. This is going to take me at least 5 seasons to do. Though, if you are something of maybe a Syracuse or a team that's sort of stuck in between, like NC State, it's going to be a little easier to get to the 5 stars. Now, if you do want to know your current star rating, obviously you can do this when you first start a dynasty and choose your team. You can see that underneath each team. However, after you simulate a week, it'll give you a little recap. It'll also show you your stars there, as well as at the beginning and the end of each season. One thing to note, though, is that your star rating will not change until the beginning of the next season. The same also goes for your recruiting hours. Once you do get those stars, then your recruiting hours will change at the beginning of the season. So that means that you'll be able to DM players more, visit their families more, and everything along those lines when it comes to recruiting hours. So that's essentially the gist of the video. Hopefully that will help you build a empire of a program, whether that is being a 1-star or a 5-star. But yeah, welcome to Recruiting 101 with Dereklions. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again in the next video.